Hello, and welcome to this repair of a violin pickup. What we have here is, see if I can pronounce this company name right, Barcus-Berry True Expression pickup. The exact model is a 3100. And the issue was that my friend, who's a young teacher, was going to play his viola in church, and we could not get a signal. Well, look at it, like, nothing appears to be wrong. There's no cuts, no scrapes on this. It appears to be in good condition. But if you pull this jacket off, which, again, not connected to anything, you open up, you see here that the signal wire is no longer connected to the jack. It does not appear that they put any kind of a strain relief on this cable. So what probably happened is just as it got transferred from instrument to instrument, as he has multiple pickups and a number of instruments, as it moves back and forth, you see here that the white wire is moving and it broke. So what we need to do is we need to strip that white wire, which is very small as you can see, and get that, if you can see that little black speck on the inside, that is the actual metal, and we need to get that through that solder. Don't necessarily need more solder today, so we're not planning on that. Just gotta get this going. And as you can see, my soldering setup is not very good. I would not recommend this solder setup in general. Just have to carefully strip this. And I'm using sharp scissors here instead of actual wire stripper, as I do not have a wire stripper that would work for this. Just need to strip a little bit of this jacket. And I gotta be careful not to go through the wire. Marked it all. Don't see any mark on it. It's a tough jacket. So let's apply more pressure. It's been a few years since I've done any solder work. And it's certainly been a while since I've done on any wires this small. They're very hard to work with. There again, jacket can be just as strong as the wire itself. Just gotta. Okay, got some jacket off. Let's see if that's enough. That does appear to be bare wire now. Did nick one of the stranded wires, but just one. This should still be okay. Definitely glad that I have these alligator clips this time. I can hold this steady and strong. What we need to do is be able to turn that. Let's use different tweezers. Because once we melt this solder, we're only going to have a few seconds to get that in, because we got to push it into there. We cannot preheat the wire, not with wires this small. So we have to do it on that connector. And we can't overheat the connector. We have to kind of just melt the solder without getting the connector hot, because there again, small connections and plastic can end up melting the plastic. So let's get this angle right. Melted. A little bit more. Let it set. And there we go. that off. Let's get the solder iron depowered. Again, cheap setup. This is a cheap solder iron. Not recommend this for people that are not comfortable dealing with hot objects. You can always have a wet sponge or wet paper towel available. And preferably additional water. So we don't really want this to reoccur. So the question becomes, can we create strain relief using electrical tape? Regardless, it does appear that we're moving the wireless. So let's just go from the connector onto that wire. Keep it under the jacket. And we're just going to go straight onto the metal connector itself. If it will stick, it will not. In that case, let's go on to the threaded connector here. Okay, got that started. And we'll just get that wire. Okay. That doesn't provide a lot of strain relief, but that should be enough for the purposes of this pickup. Keep it from moving that connector back and forth when it's mounted and dismounted. And I want to put a little bit more on that. Get it tighter around the wire. And then let's make sure it stays on there, so one more strip. Should have gone with twice as long a strip to begin with. Okay, and then we can slide this back on. And it fits very snug now with that electrical tape. And this actually looks like it has some strain relief now. Not great, but it's something. Keeps it from breaking apart again. Okay. We will do the test in a little bit here. Let me go ahead and pause. Okay, we are back. Got it plugged in with my mic, so it's not going to sound right, but those taps are from the microphone itself, the piezoelectric. And we are good. It is now a functional pickup again. Still need to plug it into or mount it onto an instrument and run that through a system to actually evaluate the quality. Make sure that there wasn't any issues with connections being too small, no damage to the other wire, the ground wire, because you might call it ground, but in reality, there is a one continuous circuit path. It takes two wires, one towards the piezoelectric and one away, and what we're actually picking up is alternating current. So still need to do more tests, but it appears to be functional. Thank you all for joining, and I hope you have a great day. Bye now.